So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this one called a NEWCREST Manor home. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and there will be a link in the description to the online gallery kind of link of this build if that's an easier way for you to download things. And yeah, so like I said, this is called a NEWCREST Manor home. Now the word manor, I was kind of a little bit stuck between it because I didn't really know if that's the right word to describe this, because really this is kind of just a suburban family home style. And the word manor, I kind of searched it up to see if that word has been used in other people's Sims speed build videos and if they've kind of done a suburban home but used the word manor for it, and it actually a few people have. So but before that, I always thought manor would be referring to something that's kind of very grand and traditional and stuff like that, but really it's just a word in a title, so I'm not like that bothered about it. Anyway, so it's kind of like another random thing as well, building a NEWCREST, like a NEWCREST theme, you know, build like in 2019. I don't really see those that often now, but you know what, it doesn't matter. I just kind of felt like doing some sort of suburban home, and that's what we're doing here. So as well, I didn't kind of mention the bedrooms and bathroom numbers. Now I'm not really too sure, to be honest, because like I say, all my videos that I do are pretty much recorded a week before, because I always like to be ahead of my schedule just to make sure I can actually stick to my schedule, because sometimes when I'm doing like a video like the day of it going up or the day before, it just gets really stressful. So the voiceovers, not so much, but the actual video itself, like the recording of the build, I normally always do that a week before. So this was built on the 7th of, oh god, that's actually much longer than I thought it was. I built this on the 7th of February. It's currently the 1st of March that I'm doing this voiceover on, and I think this is going up on like maybe the 6th, I think so, yeah. So this was recorded a long time ago. Now I was just saying how I normally do them the week before, but I've just remembered that the reason I did this so long ago and now it's going up such like a month later is because we got Strangerville, and so that kind of took over with videos and stuff, so that's why this video was recorded so long ago. But yeah, so in terms of bedrooms and bathroom numbers, I was just going to say that because I built it so long ago, I can't really remember much about the build until I actually see it being done again on the speed build video as I'm doing the voiceover. But I'm going to kind of look through the screenshots and just have a quick look to see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks 5 actually. Yeah, I think there's 5 bedrooms if I'm not mistaken, but if you go to the gallery, I do have the correct amount there, so if you kind of want to know the correct amount, then that's there, but I'm pretty sure it's 5. And then bathroom numbers, I don't even count those, to be honest. I mean, I do on the gallery, but I don't take screenshots of them, so I don't really know. If you're wondering why I do that, it's just because I do all of my bathrooms the same, because I feel like they're such like a boring room, really. There's not really a whole lot you can do different every single time, so I kind of just keep my bathrooms fairly, you know, generic, or keep the same theme going through all of them. So I might show you one of the bathrooms, but I don't bother putting them in the speed build footage like the other ones or the screenshots. And yeah, so I actually really like how this home turned out. I can't remember if I followed a inspiration type of photo for this, because what I do, I mention this a lot, but I don't really like to follow floor plan pictures anymore. I just kind of prefer to do my own thing, and it's kind of a little bit restricting sometimes. But sometimes what I do like to do, because the only really problems I have in build mode these days is actually just getting the build started itself, so kind of getting the first room down or the first wall or something like that. So for that, that's why I tend to use, you know, kind of inspiration photos, but really just for that, just so I can get a starting point. And then if I kind of compare my build to what the inspiration photo was like, it is just completely different. So it's literally just to get a starting point, because sometimes what I end up doing is that I'll start my builds off in the same way. So for example, making like a 3 wide wall for like a cats and dogs window or something like that, and then I kind of follow that throughout the whole build, and everything ends up being the same throughout all my recent builds. So that's why it's sometimes useful to follow that. So on the interior, as I said, now I don't know if I did say that though, because like less than a minute ago there was a break of 2 days in the voiceover. So I've just came back today to finish this off, so I did like 4 minutes of the voiceover, then everybody came home, so I was like, oh well, I guess I can't really do this now, because if you don't know, I just don't like it when people are home and doing voiceovers. I just prefer to leave it until everybody's out the house. Now everybody is out the house again now, and it's the first time in 2 days that that's happened, so because it's the weekend, so I've kind of just got a chance now to get this done. So it's currently the 3rd, I think I started this on the 1st of March, and I think this is going up on the 6th, so that's happening there. And I've also got the base game Village Home, which is going up, well, it would have went up like a few days ago for you, on the 3rd, as I'm doing this voiceover. So that video is going up in about less than 4 hours for me, and I haven't even rendered the video yet, which I never kind of leave it that late. I don't know if it was this video I was talking about earlier, or was another video, but I say that I kind of do everything in advance, so I'm always like a week ahead of my schedule, and then, you know, when I've got, that's just with the build though, I leave the voiceover like, you know, about 2 or 3 days before the video goes up, and then actually kind of uploading it and everything, I do that at least a good day beforehand, so it's all up on YouTube and scheduled and stuff like that. So considering I've only got less than 4 hours, you know, it'll be fine. I've done this before, but it's just, sometimes it kind of adds a little bit more pressure than it's needed, because you think you're gonna, and something's gonna go wrong, so I tend not to leave it this late, but it's okay. So we're just working back on the exterior now, kind of doing a little bit here. I do really like doing random parts of the build at random times, so, you know, I haven't finished the exterior and we've already done a little bit of the interior. I've mentioned why I do that, but also another reason that I don't really mention is because it just keeps it a little bit more sort of interesting and makes the interior not feel as such a big thing, because sometimes, well, all the time, I much prefer doing exteriors and interiors. So when it comes to doing the interiors, especially for bigger homes, not so much this one, but for bigger homes at least, it can just seem a huge big task that you've got ahead to do. So if I do like a little bit of the interior before I've even finished the exterior, by the time I come on to do the interior, some of it's already done, and it just makes it feel like such a less of a task, which is great, and it kind of puts back that enjoyable aspect back into it, which sometimes you can lose from doing building. Now, not just like the one-off build, but I mean, since I know a lot of, you know, sim tubers, or whatever you call them, simmers and stuff, that I talk to who also do speed builds full time, say that sometimes happens, where they kind of just need a break and just kind of get worn out, and, you know, the enjoyment aspect of it just goes away, and it's like, okay, I've got to get this video done. So doing that is just one of those little things I can do to just kind of go back, and what this is all about really doing YouTube is for enjoyment, so it kind of puts that back in. And also as well, kind of saying about kind of getting burnt out and stuff, sometimes, you know, that's also one of the reasons why I'm always so far ahead of my schedule, because if for any reason I kind of just get really demotivated, or I'm just not in the mood to build, then I can have a break for a few days without worrying about it, because I have all the work done. So that's another benefit for me, kind of just staying ahead of my schedule as much as I can. And, you know, because sometimes that does happen, you know, there's been times, I think it was even like maybe 2 weeks ago or something, where I didn't even open the game for like 5 days or so. So, you know, that just sometimes happens for just kind of overworking. But you know what, it's alright, that sometimes happens to everybody. And yeah, so we're just working on one of the bedrooms now, as you can see. And I'm using this wallpaper here from Parenthood, which I actually don't really use that often. I started using it a little while ago actually, and then I kind of just stopped using it again. I don't really know why, but it's kind of a really nice wallpaper actually, has a nice modern tone to it. And also as well, it kind of just switches it up from using the same plain painted walls that I always use with a trim on the top and bottom, just the base game colours. So, you know, it's kind of nice to switch things up here and there and just to incorporate something a little bit different, because I always tend to go for those rather than like the wallpapers. I know that's actually classed as a wallpaper, but it's nothing, you know, too bad, because I think, you know, a lot of the wallpapers we have in game are very old-fashioned looking, so most of the time it doesn't really fit into what I want to do. I kind of go for not really a modern interior, but it's more of like a updated style interior, I guess you could call it. So not like ultra modern, but it's not really kind of like outdated or anything as well, so it's kind of a balance between those two. And sometimes I have problems, you know, choosing things, you know, like those base game wallpapers, and well, not even just base game wallpapers, a lot of the wallpapers in game have that more traditional look to them, but sometimes it does fit. For example, in the dining room, as you may have just seen there, we haven't worked on it yet, but I did go ahead and use that wallpaper from Cats and Dogs, which I would say has a bit of a more traditional look to it, but, you know, some things I just kind of like using, and some things I find don't really fit, but, you know, sometimes a combination as well kind of works well, with like really modern things and kind of traditional things. It kind of mixes well to make sort of like an updated look. And yeah, so we're just kind of going around doing that little portrait there, nothing really too exciting. I don't know why, but recently I've either done very minimal kind of decoration on porches, or just left it completely blank. Now sometimes it kind of looks okay, and sometimes, well, I mean, I don't really leave the back one blank, because I kind of put like, you know, the outdoor bins and maybe a seating area, or you know, like a barbecue or something, but I just feel like sometimes I kind of over clutter porches too much, because I feel like it looks way too blank, but then I kind of realised that it's really not necessary, because even sometimes what I've noticed I've done before is I've cluttered it up so much to kind of make it look well decorated and not like I've just left it blank and just not that good looking. Sometimes it kind of affects the functionality of people actually getting into the home and they can't walk through the front door, so I suppose it's not such a bad thing, kind of under decorating the porches a little bit more these days. And yeah, so like I said, this is the dining room that I was on about just a second ago about the wallpaper and stuff. And you know, I really love these sort of dining rooms that have just a really big area to them, because what I like to do is just have those kind of modern windows. Does this room have a glass roof to it? I can't exactly remember, but sometimes I do include that next to the dining table, so it's, you know, got those big modern windows. The glass roof is just a really nice place to sit, and then, you know, sometimes I add some other kind of formal bits to it as well, such as a piano, which I don't think I put in today's build. Oh, actually I did. I was kind of thinking, oh, I'll put this fireplace in instead, but I do actually manage to fit a fireplace in, sorry, a piano in as well next to that door. So it's a little bit out of the way, but you know what, it kind of still adds a really nice formal feel to this type of room, which I really like, because if, you know, a house has like, well, something, you know, you kind of have like the kitchen table, I guess you could call it, where it's more of an informal event, but if I have the space for it, I do like to have those big dining rooms in houses. It's more so in mansions rather than houses like this, but you know, today was an an exception. So you know, if you have a big family living here, or people who like to have dinner parties and stuff, then having that piano and also a bar area too kind of really adds to that. So we're just going around now, kind of finishing off. We don't really have that much longer left in the video. I think this is maybe the second last bedroom or something. I can't exactly remember, because I mean, it was on the 7th of February that I started building, well, the 6th of February I started building this on, and then I did the voiceover, like I said, the other day, and now I'm coming back, so I'm even more confused about what's been happening in today's build, because I can't remember the first 4 minutes of the voiceover. Anyway, so we're just finishing off this bedroom here. Again, it's got more of a modern look to it, and I do actually really like those, why can't I think of them? The floorboards. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. The flooring they used today. I never really go for that kind of contrasting look between darker wood flooring and lighter woods, or the other way around. Sorry, and lighter coloured walls and stuff, or you know, darker walls and lighter floors. The contrast never really works out well for me. I don't know why, but today I gave it a go and it kind of works out really nicely, so that's what I did here. I do actually have another build coming up. I don't know which one it is. I'm kind of all over the place with videos and stuff. Oh, I do actually have another build. Yeah, I've just looked at which one it is. I'm not going to ruin it because it's not just a generic home. It's actually got a theme to it, a specific theme. It is on a 30 by 20 lot, and that should be coming up next week, I'd imagine. So it's, I don't really know what to say about it because I don't want to ruin the theme of it. It's not like that exciting, but it's just something a little bit different. So it's something that I do every single time I build, but it's not using this particular thing that I always do when I build. That's the only clue I'm going to give you to what this might be, but that should be coming next week some point. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for builds or anything else you want to see next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and there will be a link in the description to the online gallery if that's an easier way for you to go ahead and download things from the gallery. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!